Morning everyone, Jessica here from Jaywalker Dog and Pet Intel, and today I would like you to consider what you would do if your circumstances changed to the point where you were no longer able to provide your dog with the life that they need and they deserve, and that the circumstances were outside of your control. And you needed to think about your options around rehoming or even euthanizing your dog. If you are an opinionated hater who can't see objectively and look at reality and be sympathetic to both species, human and dog, then you need to keep scrolling. Today is a very sad day for my clients. I have clients today who are handing over their firstborn, the love of their lives, their first love of their lives, to me. And I am going to try to help to get their dog back on track and hopefully find her a forever home. There are only ever really 4 options when these situations happen. One is to just live with the dog, manage, live with it, deal with it. The other one is to train, to try to work on the issues. The next one is to rehome the dog. And the very last one is to euthanize the dog. Now, to protect my client's privacy, I'm not going to give you a lot of details about their life, but I can tell you that this family has been working with me for 2.5 years to help their dog become her best self. And there have been times where they've been able to allocate more resources and times that they've allocated less. And for circumstances outside of their control, environmental circumstances, family circumstances, life, health, all of those things, they have not been able to provide their dog what she needs for the last, I would say, 9 months, maybe 10, even maybe up to a year. They haven't been necessarily providing her what she needs, and as a result of that, her behavior has dramatically deteriorated. There's been a breakdown in relationship between her and the family. She's made all sorts of bizarre associations in the environment and with different activities and stimuli in the environment that have provoked aggressive tendencies and outbursts in her. And all this to say, it's not healthy emotionally, mentally, and even physically at this point. She's gained a lot of weight, and I'm going to do my best to get her on track. So if you are a dog trainer or canine behavior specialist or whatever you want to call yourself, and you have done this before, either working with a rescue dog or with clients, you know, we all have those dogs that hold a special place for us and that we go above and beyond. And for me, this is one of them. I do not know how this is going to go down, guys. She's coming into my home. I am not sure about her interaction with other dogs. It's been a very long time since she's had social interaction with other dogs. She is definitely not in a good headspace right now. She's going to need a hot minute to gather herself. So we're going to try and go slow and steady to the best of my ability within my environment and with my capability. And I am really hoping that in time we're going to see some success and a turnaround, and that she is going to make somebody a very amazing companion, because she really does have such an amazing bright light inside of her, and she's very loving and very clever and really non-confrontational in her soul. This side of herself that she's exhibiting is not the true version of herself. So when this family came to me and said, you know, we've made the decision, I mean, we talked about it a lot over a period of time, and when they finally came to me and said, look, we've made the decision, we need to rehome Maggie, based on where she was in her mental and emotional and physical journey, I really made it very clear that I was not comfortable with placing her or helping them to place her into a home without knowing what we were giving that person. What were we adopting that person? we don't know how she's going to transition. We don't know where she's going to land in this journey, and it is really unfair, in my opinion, to do that, to give a dog to somebody else not knowing what it is that you are giving them. The last thing we want for her is to end up in another home, to make a mistake, and then to end up being put down as a bad dog who has caused harm. And that's the last thing that anybody wants. So the way that we're approaching this is she's going into my care. I'm an expert. I know how to use management properly. I have a setup in my space that I can safely house her and methodically build skills. And we're going to see where we land, because until we know what it is that she's got going on and how she's going to adapt to a new environment, I can't rehome her. So the last thing that needs to be said is that in the event that she cannot adapt and that she does not transition well, and she's not prepared for this type of experience, at that point, the most humane thing to do for her and for everybody else involved is to euthanize. Now, we really hope that that's not going to be the case. And I know that some of you out there are probably going, well, she could go into rescue, she could go into foster care, maybe a sanctuary placement, all of those things. And let me tell you, I have been on that ride many, many times. I have provided those services many times. And I'm not saying that those services aren't good, but they are these individuals who offer rescue, individuals who offer sanctuary placement. They are overburdened, they are overworked, overstressed. These places are overcrowded, and it's hit and miss, man. You know, you could be throwing that dog into sentencing them to a life of concern, stress, misunderstanding, and I'm not prepared to do that, and neither is the family. So with that being said, fingers crossed, we start to make movements in the right direction, and I hope all of you really love getting to know her, because Miss Maggie May is a really special creature.